Hi, I'm Sarisa. Earlier today, I made an impulse 4 a.m. purchase, which was buying this model. I was then asked to make a showcase of it if I wanted to, and it sounded fun, so I wanted to give it a shot. I've never really made one of these showcases. I also use a webcam to track, so bear with me. My mouth tracking is not the greatest. I wanted to try out the model and kind of play around with it just to see what you could make with it, and it's fantastic. I really like this model. My character that I stream as, Sora, she is very much a tomboy though, so there weren't a whole lot of clothing options for tomboys, but I made it work and I still really like the model. The hairstyles are some of my favorite I think I've ever seen on a model. So instead, we're gonna make her counterpart, Midi, and we're gonna see how that goes. And I'm just kind of gonna try to go over all the different sliders and stuff and see what we can make. Without further ado, let's get to it. So I am a bit of a weenie, I guess. I don't usually create my model on a black background or a white background. I use this weird green. It helps my brain, so bear with me. I'm sorry if you don't like it. It's just what I'm used to. So right from the get-go, it has the terms of service, the artist, and the rigger, and you remove the watermark with just this thing. Very cute watermark, by the way. And the first thing you get is skin color. So Midi has a more cool skin color. She's very pale. Not quite this pale, this is like ghostly pale. She's a little bit darker. I don't want to say she's got blue skin, because she doesn't. Yeah, she's not that blue. So I think she's still like orangey toned, but she's just paler. That kind of, actually, hang on, let me pull up a picture of my girl. Let me pull up a picture, that might help me. Midi, my sweet. Okay, that is actually not accurate, so it's too pale. That's probably a little bit more accurate. However, this, I also already forgot to go over the sliders, so let me copy these really quick. 0.07. Okay, so for the skin saturation, you can have fun colors. You can have the crazy kooky colors. All the different colors. However, I am boring, so I have like realistic skin colors. And then the saturation, of course, is just making you very pale or giving you a slight hue. So that is what we did for that. There's also the skin brightness, so you could do that. Make yourself very white or very dark. But I don't need that scanner. No, that slider. So next up, we got nail color. So the thing with the nails that I noticed is that it doesn't really have a nail. I mean, oh, I guess it kind of does. It just appears once you use it. Her nails would be a light purple. So as you can see, there's all these fun colors. And if you want a lighter pastel color, you would have to utilize the nail saturation. So like right about here, I think would be a good one. Next slider we got the height. So the height slider, it adjusts the legs, not the torso. So you'll have not really long legs, but you'll have longer legs. Midi's actually kind of tall, so I'm gonna put her about here, I think. Body, oh, I forgot that there's a few body things here. So body stance, you can cross your legs or you can make them just straight like that. I'm gonna do the crossed legs because that is a bit more girly in my opinion. Next is the booba size. You can make them big booba. And they do have slight jiggle physics. Oh, they actually do. Even the smaller ones also do. So with Sora, I try to make her as flat-chested as possible. This model, you can't really make flat-chested. Like, they still, to me, looks like they have a B cup, at least. But that's alright, it's fine. They have some shirts that kind of let you hide it if you want. But Midi has a little bit of a chest, not like a huge chest, but bigger than Sora's. So we'll do that. Next up, we have the face wound. So face wound, you can have blood all over your face with some patches and stuff. Now this can also be paired, well, I mean it can be paired normally just by itself, or you can do this, which I actually put these on Sora because I thought they were kind of cool. Let me actually go back to the body stance, because this ankle, like if you look, there's like cuts and stuff, and this ankle has a cut. But you can't see that if you do the body stance like that. But Midi does not need either of those. Another cool feature about this model is they have the hand gradient. So if you're, the character that comes to mind is Arlecchino from Genshin Impact. You can make an Arlecchino type that has the black hands. I think that was so cool, so I added that to Sora, even though that's not really part of her design. But just for funsies, I did. But Midi doesn't use those. So the thing with the gradients is that you can actually change the color of it as well. So if you didn't want black, you could do like green, blue, any of the hue colors. The opacity, you can change how much you can see of it, which is pretty neat. You can also have them on the legs. And the thing is you can't have them different colors. So, well, I mean, at least in here. I don't know if you can go into the art meshes and change it there, but in the actual, like, editing, you can't change the gradient color for, like, this one to be red, this one to be green, this one to be yellow, this to be orange. They all have to be the same because it goes by the one slider. So we're gonna hide the front hair just for a second. There's a cool feature with this as well that I'll show later. The head size, so you can make your head big, make your head small. I'm gonna make her head like a little bit bigger. Face length. You can make yourself have a tiny head. You can make yourself have a normal head. Well, not normal, but you know what I mean. Cheek width. Skinnier cheeks or poofier cheeks. Chin width. I kind of like when it's all flush. So I think I'm gonna do, it's a little long, face shadow. Oh, I didn't even notice this when I made Sora. So you can do face shadow. That actually flush. Actually, no, I won't keep that on here. But flush has different ones. Flush opacity. Flush color. We're gonna do a more noticeable color so you can kind of see it. So there's the flush, little blushies, little under the eyes, little dots, and freckles. I kind of like the little bit under the eyes, but I need it to not be so bright. Is there like a pink? No. There. That'll work. Alright, face detail. So these are like, I'm assuming little tattoos. that you can get. They're very cute. And you can change the color of them. Change the saturation. However, I will not be using them because I'm boring. So moles, you can have 2 of them. They have a bunch of different placements. They're the same for both. So you can basically have, like, if you wanted, like, the 2 under the eyes, you could do that. And then there is the opacity for them, so you can make them more noticeable or less noticeable. The scars, you've got the one over the eye, under the eye, and on the cheek and on the lower chin. And then brows, so there's 4 different brow options. You've got the one with the slit, you've got the little dot ones, the little slightly bushy ones, and then the thinner ones. And he kind of has thinner brows, so I'm going to keep those for her. You can change the position, make them farther away, put them up or down, make them longer, make them wider, change the angle. You can arch them or make them flat. Or you can make them look worried. This is probably good if you want to make your own toggles. Like, oh, worried face. This model does not come with any toggles as of right now. I don't know if that's planning to change for the future. I know the artist did say that they wanted to do like asset packs. But other than that, I do not know much else. Let's see, any dark purple. It's pretty close. The thing with the eyebrows is they don't have a brightness slider, so you can only do the brows, like, here, I'll show the brows, so it's more noticeable on these. So you can't do like a darker color than the hair, because usually I make my eyebrows a little darker than my hair. You can only make them more or less saturated, and then just their normal color, which you can still make work, but it's a little tricky. Again, I don't know if you can change that in the art meshes. I haven't tried doing that. So eye position. You can make them closer, further away. Eye size. Make them big, make them tiny. Eye size wide, you can make them wider or more narrow. Eye angle, eye corner, make the corner down, go up. Eye corner 2. Upper lid, make it a little bit more open, or you can close it. Lower lid, same thing. Sclera shadow. You can make it kind of just very white, or you can have a shadow. Upper lash type. So there's a few different options for the upper lash types. They're gorgeous though. They're very pretty. Very well done. Upper lash size. Upper eyelash. Oh, so you can have like bushy or more down, or both. Or like a little... It almost, to me, reminds me of like a butterfly. I don't know why. It makes me think of a butterfly. But we're gonna go with the first option. Upper lid type. upper lid size. Yeah, that's fine. Lower eyelash. There's a few options for that as well. Eyeshadow. Eyeshadow color. Do all those. The eyeshadow slider just kind of makes it so you can see how much, how bright you want the eyeshadow to be, from the looks of it at least, or how far you want it to go. I want the eyeshadow to be a little bit darker, I think. Maybe that's as dark as it can go. Interesting. Okay. Oh, nope. It's the saturation. I'm silly. So we'll do like there. Eyelash color. So you can change the eyelashes to be like all these crazy colors, which is really cool. So her eyelashes are usually like a tealish color if I get crazy. So let me pull up a different picture of her really quick. I think I have it a little bit too green. I think that's more accurate. Okay. Eyelid color. Ooh, this could be an interesting one. Let's make that also the eyelash maybe. Unless, do we do purple? No, the purple's too much. Purple is too much. So let's go back to the eyelid saturation. Eyelid highlight. Ooh. No, I don't think I need the highlight. Color. I'm gonna tone it down a little bit though, I think. Oh, but I kind of like the purple with it though. The purple, yeah, we're keeping the purple. We'll do the purple. You can change the sclera. If you want black scleras, you just do the brightness down. Sclera saturation. Gonna have jaundice. Eyeball gaze. I'm gonna change the gaze a little bit. Eyeball size. I want to change my pupils. The eyeball gaze. You can make him look up or more down. That helps if you're changing the eyes around a lot, because sometimes it looks like you're always looking up when you change around the eye form. So it's kind of nice that it lets you do that. Actually, I want them to be down a little bit more. Maybe not that far down. Sync eyeballs. I still don't really know what this does, but I turn it on because why not? Eyeball L. So this is the iris, which looks so cool. All of these look amazing. So I'm gonna go with this one because I didn't do this one when I made Sora. That was my second favorite one. And then you can have different pupils. I don't really know what this pupil's supposed to be, but it is one of the options. And then eyeball color. Her eyes are like this. Eyeball saturation. It's fine. These are all the eyeball colors though. My bad. Getting too excited to customize her. Eyeball saturation, that's good. Eyeball color 2. Oh shoot, I forgot about this. What if I do... No, that's gonna be way too hard. Okay. So this part gets a little tricky. Because if you change the pupil, does that change that at all? Eyeball saturation, eyeball color too. Not quite, really. It looks kind of neat though. You know what? We're gonna go with it. Make it a little different. Brightness. Oops. Not that. A little highlight. Yes. I think that just makes the inside a little bit more brighter. And then eyeball shadow. Pupil color. Oh right, I don't have a pupil. Let's see. Pupil L color. Since we've already gone through... Wait. Pupil L oh, I don't have a pupil. Duh. I already did that. Eyeball gradient. I kind of like the gradient, but just to kind of show what it is, the bottom part can change color as well, which can look very interesting. Can't really see it well on my eyes, so I'll try to show it off on this eye. Let me get to the eyeball R gradient. So it's like the dots and stuff, which I'm sure like some color combos can be amazing with that. So eyeball R, we're gonna go back to this thing. Actually, what does that one look like, I wonder? No pupil. Eyeball color. Color 2. Highlight. Yeah, I gotta change the eyeball. I don't like that one as much. So the next thing is mount. Nope. Let's try that again. Mouth position. So you can make your mouth higher, make your mouth lower. The one thing about the mouth is it's really small for me. I'm not a huge fan of that. It looks a little odd to me. It's just my personal preference, but they do have a mouth size slider as well. You can make it really small or you can make it bigger, which is usually what I go for. Mouth shape. So if I shut up, the mouth changes. So it goes from having like a slight frown to just a normal line, which makes smiling a little bit weirder. There we go. Next thing is lip. So you can make little lips or have a slightly larger lower lip, but you can also change the size of the lower lip. So you can make it smaller or you can make it very big. I will keep the slightly larger lip, but we're going to change the lip color to being a light purple. Oh, the opacity makes, or the saturation makes it darker, which is not what I want. I want it to be a little lighter, like there. Just about there. I'm kind of vibing with this slight purple instead, with the smaller lips, so I might do that instead. Mouth open wide. So that changes when your mouth is open, how much it actually opens. Which I like when it fully opens. So the inner mouth color, I usually keep it the same, so I'm not going to do anything with that. Oh, sorry, inner mouth color saturation. You can have a very green, radioactive, toxic throat. And then tongue color, I don't know if this model has tongue tracking, like sticking out your tongue, but I don't have that capability with a webcam, so tongue color. So the one thing with the tongues, it looks like there is a brightness slider. With the inner mouth, there is not. So something to keep in mind. So the ears. There are not any animal ears at this time. I don't know if they will be added later on. But at the moment, they do not have any. They do have elf ears, however. They have human and elf ears. You can make them shorter, you can make them longer. I'm gonna give her short elf ears. I've never done this before with her, but just to show them off, I will do the longer ears, and you can make them angled either pointing outward or upward a little bit. And they have a bunch of earrings. I love these a lot. They're just so simple, but they're so pretty. And then they have more. I'm going to turn these off really quick, and I'm going to swap back to the small ears. Because the thing with Mitty is that she is actually a seraphim, so she's supposed to have wings on her head, and this model does not have that, so it's a little bit harder to make her, but I'm going to try to make a workaround. Oh. I think one of these, that's supposed to like dangle off, I think the end of it. Might be B's, not A's. Well, now I'm not sure. I feel like I'm lying. Oh, I see. Okay, you're supposed to make it smaller. However, I want to keep those fun, like big bow earrings. I think those are very cute. Size, can I make them? Oh my god, I can make them so big. Okay, we're gonna keep them like normal-ish size right now, but later on we may make them weird. I'm gonna make them like a mint green, I think. Earring saturation. Also, these are all the colors. So we're gonna make them like a mint green, so we're gonna have to change the saturation just a wee bit. There. And then earring highlight. Oh gosh. Earring shadow. So that just kind of makes the outline of it a little bit more noticeable. We've got the brightness slider. I did not get the C earring color. So they have glasses on this model though. So you've got these, more narrow ones, the rimless, the Harry Potters, a blindfold, a see-through blindfold, a patch, an eye patch, and an eye patch. Oh. And then the glasses color, you can do different rim colors. And then the saturation, brightness, the highlight. I still don't quite understand what the highlight does. I think it might just make it a little bit brighter. The shadow, glasses 2 colors, so you can change the rims as well, which is nice. So if you want like fun sunglasses, not rims, the lenses. And then the saturation for that. Brightness for that. However, again, boring, don't wear glasses. So, earlier I hid my bangs so that I could see my face. Now I can bring them back. And that is a feature I think is really neat because I don't have to fly all the way back to where the hair is to fix my bangs so that I can see my eyebrows. So for this, the bangs, the middle part, there's a few different options. I'm probably going to go with this one, but we're going to, for sake of looking at all of them, I'm going to go back. You can also angle them, change their angle to left and right, the length of them, whatever, left bang, make them big. I put this one on Sora because it just, whenever I'm playing games and my bangs are in the way, I actually do pin them up in a really stupid fashion, so it just felt very at home and on brand for me. So that was pretty cute to see. And then again, you could change the length. This one you can't change the angle though. And bang R. And change the length once again. I will, however, show how long those big wisps get though. So those are pretty long. Which are very pretty. Okay. Side hair. Actually, can I? I'm gonna try to, there we go, that's a good one. So this one just changes these 2 wisps here. I don't really want either of them. A2 changes both. A3 again changes both those. Side hair BL. Looking for one. Perfect. That's the one I'm looking for. Side hair B. We do it again. The one thing, actually no, never mind. That's a different model. Forget what I said. I'm a fool. Oh, let me shorten these again. Side hair. I love the braid options in this model. They are so well done and they're so pretty. Like you can have a big chunky braid or you can have like a fishtail braid. That is so cool to me. They are beautiful. I had a hard time deciding which braid I wanted to use on my other model. So that's how short you can make it. Hair CL variants. Oh gosh, I didn't even see this before. Okay, so you can put like a braid in your hair, or you can have like wisps or little beads. Oh, that's so pretty. You can put a bow on it. You can put flowers or butterflies. Oh, that's so stinking pretty. So you can have like pearls in your braid, or ribbon, or another braid inside your braid. Well, now I'm gonna have to see that other braid. What you got going on in there? Little bow. Alright, that one you can't have little braids in that braid, I guess. But it's very cute. Very cute. Okay, so let me go back to the hair I was going to use. Side hair CR. We already went through all of these, so let me just adjust again. I should probably change my bangs back. I'm gonna get to the end and be like, what's wrong with my head? Let's see, bang length. Bang L. Me. Does it not? Oh, okay, so if you have these, it doesn't do anything. Excellent. I will take all those off and change that because those bangs are actually quite perfect. We'll keep the side hair though. And then my cat has words to say. And then top back hair, okay. So you could do braids, like braid crown, or one side braid, or nothing. Or you can have a little messy going on. Back hair type. So, if we zoom out, we've got the long back hair. And when you have that, there's bottom back hair. So you can make it a bit wider. You can make it have a slight wave at the bottom. Curl in a bit, more wavy. Pigtails. Pigtails with bows. Pigtails with bigger bows. However, what I'm going for is this. However, I don't know how short I can make it. But that's back hair extra. What's this? Oh, so you can have like a big bun on the top, like a broken bun a bit. Side bun, two side buns, or like a hair, like a bow of hair. Back hair extra, make it big. You can make it position. Back bun AL. So the thing with the buns that I noticed, don't think, yeah, that's a different thing. Okay, so we'll keep my giant bun on my head. So you can do like side buns like this. You can't change the position of it though. But you can add braids, you can add ribbons. And each thing adds more. So if you wanted like just the bun, or if you wanted the hair loose, or you wanted the little ring of braids, or the ring with the hair loose, or if you wanted a long braid falling from it, or a strand, or if you wanted a big strand, or a wavy strand, or a bigger wavy strand. And then the back bun length, that's going to be like with the hair. Make it really long or short. They give you a lot of options to kind of adjust, which I think is very cool. Now, hair color. So her hair color, this is my favorite part, I'm going to be honest. Her hair color is a dark purple, like very dark. More like a bluish purple. That's too blue. Like this. Okay. Now, you could do hair highlight, where it's very bright. Or no highlight, which I'm not going to do. No, I'm going to do no highlight. I don't need shadow, but hair sparkles. I'm gonna add sparkles because I didn't to Sora, and I just think it's cute. Now the gradient is my favorite part. So the gradient is so well done in this model, in my opinion. I have a lot of models. I think I have 19 now. And it's so well done compared to some of the other models that I have. Some of the other models, it almost looks like your hair is disappearing. Like, it's just, like, vanishing. But this model, it doesn't look like that to me. This model, it actually looks just like it's there, and it's got a gradient, and it's beautiful. It is so pretty with how it's done. But these are the gradients, and they're, like, so vibrant, too. So, like, even if you have dark hair, it's not, like, killing the gradient, which is nice. And then hair detail color. I'll be honest, I don't know what that is. Hair details color. It's not doing anything. Well, if you like this model, maybe you'll figure out what that does, because I don't know what it does. Let's see. I don't usually have a hoagie, a hage, kokage, hokage. But these are the options. You get the little the little 3-leaf clover, little doohickey, and a little come down one. And those also can change in size. There are 3 horn options. The unihorn, the 2 bull horns, where you can have your hair around it or just like a base around it, and the big horns that come down also with the hair around it or the base around it. You can make them ginormous or tiny, or both, but you cannot change their position. Oops. You can also change their color. Also saturation, and the brightness, horn highlight, horn shadow, horn sparkle. I don't really see the sparkle on it. Let me see. Could change. Okay, hair accessories. So, usually because she's a seraphim, I usually have wings on her. This was going to be my compromise, is give her a halo instead until maybe they add wings. But they have a headband, a maid thing, a little bonnet. They have a very cute, like, jeweled headdress thing, which I really like. And they have, like, a hoodie, like a hood that you can wear. And then hair accessories B. They have ones that, like, go behind your ears. Little leaves. Little other things. Beads. I'm actually going to use these because they almost look like feathers, to be honest. Which I might instead of using the halo, I might do like beads with these. That actually, you know what? Screw it. Kind of works. Sorry, I got distracted. So you can change the color of this, and that just changes. I kind of just want to leave it white, I think. But you could do the saturation, the highlight, the shadow, the sparkle. Hair accessories B, the size of them. Oh, that is actually almost perfect. You can change the color of these. I'm going to keep them white though, because that's the color of her feathers and it's kind of working. And you can make them highlight. I'm going to keep that because it's making them more white. There's also a shadow. Hair accessories C. Now this, so you can't really notice it, hang on, I'll take these off really quick. But you can have like flowers right by your ears, which if you're going for a very nature vibey person or VTuber model, this might be a good one for you because it's got so many options for flowers just to be on your character. It's amazing. Absolutely beautiful. And I did it again, sorry. So you can also change the size of these. Make them giant, make them little, and you can change the color of these flowers. I will be adding flowers to this design, but just not on the head. And then you have like the flowers in the front, or the butterflies, or the bow, or all of it. All of it. Same with that. I'm gonna do all of them. Change the size, make them giant. You could change the color, change the saturation. I like how I always keep ending up on the same colors when I don't mean to. It's just habit. Outfit types. So the outfits confused me a little bit when I was doing it because you can't just choose a top, you have to choose an outfit. And then you choose a top to go with the outfit, I guess. So it's a little bit interesting. So I kind of want to give her like an elegant long dress because I think that'd be really pretty. And I don't think I've ever done that with Midi before. So top strings. But actually I should probably show everybody the outfits first. Because if you're trying to aim for more tomboy-ish, this model is lacking a little bit in that department. Because, for example, this is what I gave Sora. Because it's one of the few things that's not a skirt. And these are the options for the shirts. And while they are good, it's a bit more lacking than like the elegant looking dresses and stuff. And it's kind of they have the same for the skirt option as well. And then the tops for that. And the tops for this. And then the tops for this. And then you could have a bathing suit, which I think is kind of neat. I don't think I have a model that can give you a bathing suit. That was interesting to see. I don't really like the cleavage. I'm a prude. You can't really see the straps on this or ruffles, so I don't think those associate with this. So let me find an outfit that does. Top strings. Nope. Top ruffles. Nope. Oh, I bet you it's that other one. Yeah. That's the one. Okay, so top types. Top strings. So it gives you the different outline for it, and the ruffles for it. This would probably work on the bathing suit as well. However, that is not what I'm going for. Don't need those. Top details. Now I'm just curious. What's the top detail? Okay, yep, so it's just like little flowers you can add. Okay, bottom types. Goodness gracious, there's so many options. Bottom details. You can have a train. You can have like a see-through, elegant kind of looking one. Ooh. Oh, that's actually really pretty, and that matches her forehead, so I might do that instead. I don't think she needs a belt for this, but might add one just anyways. 2 bows, belt detail size, don't need those. Corsets, corset types. That does not fit at all, but we're gonna just kind of go through them. Yeah, that does not suit it at all. That's alright. Outfit accessory. Okay, this is the part I want. So get rid of that corset because we gotta be serious now. This is serious time. You can have all these freaking flowers. They're just so pretty. Outfit pattern. Actually, hang on, I'm gonna take those off. You can have those. You can make the pattern small or you can make it huge. Outfit pattern B. You can have dragonflies. And that one you can change. Oh, you can change the whole position. Never mind. I need the blue one that it showed. But I kind of like it on this side. I want the blue, that one. Or do I like it in the other side? No. I like it in this side. Okay. So the next is neck collars. A bunch of different ones. Lower neck collars. You can have them come down. Collar pins. Little butterflies. And you could do a custom one, it looks like. Collar details. Oh, shit. So you do have to have that to have the flowers, okay. I'm just a sucker for the flowers. So pretty. Don't do that. That might be a bit too much for that though, so. Chokers. I do kind of like the bow. The bow is very cute. Necklace types. Do beads. I'm not sure what that is. And it looks like each necklace also has its own variants, which is kind of cool. I, however, am not going to use that one. I kind of like the simple one. Alright, hip accessories. You can get a big bow. Big bow with flowers. And you can also do it on the right side. So if you really wanted to, you could do big bow on both sides, which cover your arms. You can also change the size of the bow, make it small, make it giant. Sleeve types. Actually, hang on, we're gonna change the dress again. Where's the outfit? Top types. Is it at the end? I think it was at the end. Oh, not that. Wrong one. Sleeve types. So this took me a little bit to understand because depending on which sleeve type you are on, it changes that sleeve. So if you were on like the flared sleeve, okay, well now you have a few different options for like poofy and flared sleeves. Or if you want like one that's not directly connected to your shirt or your shoulder, okay, well here you go. You have the sleeves that connect not quite to your shoulder. And then like another option for like long sleeve, you can have long sleeve or halfway or just that. I think, I don't know what I want. The flared ones kind of looked nice. But I gotta find what flared one I like. Because it looks kind of wingy. Wingus. Wing-like. I kind of like that. And details, you can add like little bows or poofs or different kinds of fun things. Oh, and then you can add like flowers on it. They have like a lot of details for the additions too, which is really neat. Wrist, that just adds a like a little wrist cuff. Actually, let me try to show it on this. They just add like the little bracelet, or they add the little wrist cuff. Bracelet's kind of cute though, so I'll actually keep that. Oops, my sleeves. There we go. Screwed up my sleeve. And then sleeve details, I don't need those. Shoe time. We've got sandals, 4 days. And then you can adjust the heel on said sandal. Shoe detail. Shoe detail B. You can have a clasp or a bow. Or a moon. Heck yeah, we're gonna have a little moon. Now you can have socks. Or you can have pantyhose, which are kind of cute. Sock details. You can have bows, you can have a ribbon. I might actually keep that ribbon. Can I put a moon? Oh, I can put a moon on it. Alright, socks, same thing. Okay. So there are coat options. Oops, sorry. There are coat options. You can have like a little shawl. Or this I tried to get to work with Sora because she has a lot of crop tops like this, but I couldn't get it to work where it looked natural. I'm sure someone else will be able to. I just couldn't make it work. There's hoodie. Well, off the shoulder, like it almost reminds me of like a plaid shirt. There's the hoodie. And then a little sweater thing. I can't remember what they're called. But coat details. You can make it a cardigan instead of a hoodie. Add little butterflies, little bows. Make the sleeves even longer. I might actually have to add this to Sora. Make the sleeves very long. I'm going to swap the coat. I don't know if this one has options. It does not look like... Oh, you can take off the little thingy there. So, coat details. Make that different. You make it see-through, which is weird. Interesting, though. See-through sleeves. And then that doesn't have a detail for D. This one I'm assuming probably doesn't have anything. Oh, no, it does. And then this. Oh, you can change where it drapes. Okay, that's kind of neat. So you can have one like sliding off the shoulder if you wanted to. That's very cool. However, she is not going to wear a coat. She does not need one. Outfit colors. Okay, so her dress is usually blue, like a light, very light blue. But these are obviously all colors that we've been seeing, which are very vibrant. And then a very light blue, like a baby blue almost. Outfit sparkle. You know what? Screw it. We're gonna have sparkles for days. Why not? Sleeve gradient. I thought this was very cool because the clothing has gradients because it's all colored as one outfit. Bottom gradient. So the bottom of the dress can have gradient. Color gradient. I don't really have a color right now. Outfit gradient color, and then you can change that as well, which generally I do like a mint green for that. So we do the saturation. Very pretty. And then sleeve detail color. I didn't do any details, so it's fine. Neck accessories. That's actually fine as white, I think. I think if I change it too much, it's gonna just look weird. Belt color. That is going to be a light purple. Belt saturation. Wow, that's actually the purple I needed it to be. That's the first time I've ever done that first try. I'll be damned. Don't have corset, don't have hip, don't have outfit detail color. Yeah, I don't think so. Outfit pattern. I'm sure I missed a few of these sliders, but it gives you something to explore with if you choose to want this. Sock color I'm leaving. And the rest is history. So this is what we came up with. Honestly, she still kind of looks seraphy. So I'm totally okay with this. I'm okay with how she turned out. I am, however, going to adjust her eyes again, I think. Because something about them looks a little bit off. So let's go back up there really quick. Her mouth position. Let's change that to down there. Up it up, maybe. And then her eyeballs. There. I think that looks a little bit better to me. Yeah. That looks a lot better to me. So this is what we came up with. So I will name her Mitty. And now we've got both Mitty and Sora. We've got Gremlin Sora with her vines. Get out of her. And we have Mitty. And now when you put them together, they look terrifying. Actually, not as bad as sometimes it does. But I'm actually really pleased with how she came out. So I hope you enjoy, and if this interests you, I will have the link in the description below. Go support this creator. Thanks so much for watching.